Well then, just 4 remain here at the FC Pro Open Finals as the stakes rise once again. The winner of this game will guarantee themselves $60,000 and a spot in the grand final here. These two have very different quarter-final matchups, but one thing we can both agree on is that they scored a lot of goals. They started their quarter-final matches so well. Obrun beating Jafonso 9 goals to 5, and Levi de Weerd putting past 7 against the Iceman Nicholas 99. Myself, Brandon Smith, Howie Alvarez and Casey guiding you through this incredible semi-final. Just off the bat there, Gravison to score 7 goals against Nicholas, who only conceded 18 in the group standings. Just goes to show how well Levy played that.
For sure. Last year in the quarterfinals, he did win against Umut 4-1, convincing result. But then he went on to lose the semifinals against Anders Vejrgang by 4 goals to 3. So I do feel like top 4 last year wasn't enough for him. This year he's looking for not only that title you can see on the screen, but the revenge against Anders as well.
And on the other side, Case, both of these players had a great start. Obrun was 5-0 up, I believe, in 45 minutes. How do you describe what on earth happened there?
Yeah, I mean, what a great start for Obrun against Jafonso. Between the two of them, they actually scored 16 total goals. Obrun has already done better than he did last year. Last year, he got knocked out in the quarterfinals. He's already locked in that World Championship spot. And so I think his eyes are on that prize. He's trying to make it all the way to that final, but first, he's going to have to get through Levy.
Well, interestingly, both these two were actually in the same group last year in the FC Pro Open, the first of its existence. They both made it through to the knockout stages. It was a quarter-final exit for Obrun. But for Levi de Weerd, he did get to a semi-final. He lost to the hands of Anders Vejrgang. The positive, you could argue this time, is that Anders is on the opposite side of the bracket. But unfortunately, you've still got Obrun on the opposite side of the stage.
I'm looking forward to see how this game tactically displays, because I feel like it's going to be 4-2-1-3 against 4-2-1-3, but Levy is not using 70 depth, in my opinion. And Obrun did rely on the 70 depth of Jafonso in the previous match, so I do feel like he's got to change the way he played. But even if he's not able to display the way he's been dominated throughout the whole competition, I don't think Obrun is a player that you run through. He's always competing in every single minute of the match, and I do feel like, I don't know if you agree, Casey, but if you gotta beat Obrun to reach the final, you're gonna sweat a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard game either way, but I will say, that interview you had with Levy earlier, that is a Levy that I haven't really seen. It's almost like an angry, ready to go Levy. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Normally, we see some smiles from him, but I don't know, he's coming into these games very, very strong, ready to go.
Well, he's already had quite the week. He was here in London on Monday, where he topped the group through a dramatic round 5 in Group D. He then flew straight to Amsterdam, played in the Eredivisie, won both of his group games there to ensure that he still dominates proceedings over there. Technically, he's only playing that league now for an E-Champions League spot. He's already at the World Championships, but you're absolutely right. He's had a ridiculous week, a busy week, but he still seems as hungry as ever.
Yeah, for sure. I do feel like he's not gonna be happy if he doesn't leave this building with the trophy. So first things first, the game against Obrun is gonna be tough for him.
Well, on the opposite side for Obrun, he's always there. He's always in the top 4, he's always in the top 8, he's always at the World Championships. The one part that's missing, though, Case, is the silverware to back it up.
Absolutely, and that's the thing that everyone remembers, who is raising that trophy at the end of the night. And I know that Obrun believes it is his time to do that. But if we're looking at all 4 competitors left, honestly, I know I don't really make predictions, but no one can call it at this point because they're all so top tier.
Yeah, let us know at home in the chat. We can see you. This is it then, FC Pro Open Final, semi-final number 1. Obrun takes on Levi de Weerd for a spot in this year's grand final, as the first shot of the game comes in from Hernandez. It's a red time finish, but why not, Gravison? Why not?
I mean, I think he went for a Trivela, and if it's green time, I do think that should have gone in, because Hernandez is a beast in that angle and in that space as well.
Well, the way that both the first 2 quarterfinals went was whoever scored first and scored a few first went on to win the game. Are we going to see it here? It's that near post finish, which was a lot more successful before the patch, Gravison. That time, unable to find a way through. Team of the year, Cole Palmer, proving why he's in this team. Linking it with Sauer.
Great defense.
Winter Wild Cup.
Wow.
As Rafael Leao looks to get this attack going. Look at the time, look at the space. Keep it teased off the line. Makes Levi de Weerd try and rethink the shot. If it wasn't for Edwin van der Sar, could have been an early start there. 5.5 minutes in, corner play short. Levi de Weerd on a very ambitious finesse from that far out case. It was probably never trouble in Edwin van der Sar.
Yeah, no trouble there. I don't know, my Van der Sar doesn't quite work exactly like that, so I wish I had one exactly like it. But we've had 2 great chances here so far.
Well, back to you, Obrun. There's 2 million coin plus. Rafael Leao recycles well. De Jong, can he turn? Cole Palmer hasn't featured in everyone's team tonight, but those that he has popped up and been rather impressive.
First thing that we see is my prediction gone wrong, because it's not 4-2-1-3 mirror. It's Levy using 4-5-1 at the moment with 3 midfielders.
Press is ridiculous there. I'm able to pick up the ball. I mean, let us know at home in the chat, who are you back in this game? Who do you think is going to make it through to this year's grand final? We already are guaranteed to see a brand new winner this year. Vejrgang did not make it through the group stages, just on Monday gone. And there is the love coming through. Come on, Levy from Guna Double. Especially, there'll be a few people, days, no way,
Wow.
that might have Wout Weghorst in their club case, that are hoping that Levy can go the full way today just to get the extra upgrade.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I have a couple in there that I was hoping to get. I have an Insigne waiting for an upgrade potentially from Obrun. I've been holding on to that one for quite a while.
Elise, I haven't seen maybe as much of his involvement tonight as we have on the weekly Mondays. Here he is now. Speaking of Elise, is he on for a little cheeky chip off the line? Oh, no, it goes in! For a split second there, I thought Obrun would have just been able to clear that away. Unfortunately for Erling Haaland, he runs into his own goal. And Levi de Weerd opens up the account.
He did have a couple of chances with Ronaldo. He went, the first one, he tried to go for an extra pass, the other one with a finesse, this one, a chip shot, it goes in, 1-0. And again, you can see how Levy's not celebrating.
Yeah,
Casey.
no, he is
focused.
Stone cold, ready to go. Focus is 100% there, but we have enough energy in the crowd to supply Levy. Actually, here's some chants for Levy as well, so he's got a lot of fans here in London.
I think what we're seeing there, though, as well, just on that conversation of sort of no reaction, no emotion, these players have been around this scene for so long that they've had championships in their grasp, snatched away from, you know, a mistake or a late goal.
Yeah, Levy's fairly young, to be honest, but this is his 5th year competing at the highest level. So obviously, back in the days online, he was one of the players to watch, but we didn't know how he was going to be able to convert in these LAN events, and truthfully, he's been amazing.
Well, here's one for you, Grav. He's only 20 years of age, Levi de Weerd. He's already won $355,000. It's 100k, near enough more than what Obrun's won, and Obrun's 2 years older than him. Which just goes to show how impressive he has been. The one thing about Levy, though, he's had a lot of success in that 2v2 world. Yes, he's been amongst the conversation in the 1v1, but could this be his big trophy, that big title, to back up his dominance that we saw, back in 2021 online? I think you were still competing there, Grav, weren't you? You had a few of those online cups.
Yeah, don't remind me.
I mean, he did qualify for a World Championship. I know it didn't go ahead, but you still were there amongst the best 32 in the world.
I did play in a couple of online qualifiers against Levy. No, don't ask me the result. I'm not happy with that. He was a beast. I mean, he was 16 years old, and he was so good. The way he, not only he was mechanically gifted, but the way he competed, he was a beast. So I was looking forward back in 2021 to see how Levy was going to play here on LAN, and he's not disappointing anyone because he's top 4 in the world at the moment in this tournament.
I still remember, like it was yesterday, he was 16 years of age. He was playing in PlayStation tournaments with Liverpool, I think, against Real Madrid as his ball comes in. He was competing for about $200 back then, and he was just grinding out these tournaments in the midweek, head-to-head tournaments. Now he's playing for $100,000 tonight. Just goes to show the journey he's had.
No, it's fantastic to see. Seeing some of these players really grow into the players that they are now is fantastic. They travel around the world playing the game that they love so much, and obviously winning money, getting silverware, playing in front of the fans. It's really, really awesome to see.
25 minutes in here. Only one goal between the two of them. Remember, our other semi-final will feature Anders Vejrgang against LJR Peixoto. Those 4 players plus, of course, this game here have all qualified for next year's FC Pro Open. He's on, and it's a red time you'd beg to ask the question, if it was time green, would it have gone in?
I mean, yes, of course. We look at the replay, Aitana Bonmati, what a pass to the version. Red time, I do feel like, not even red. If it was non-time, should have went in.
Case, we might as well check in with the chat. Mystery Nation, where are we at? Have we got a guess yet for Mystery Nation, or?
You know, it's funny, because I just saw someone in chat ask for the Secret Lands. Maybe we'll rebrand it to the Secret Lands, but no. We have the Mystery Nation. I do have another hint for you guys. There's one player that competed today from this nation. Only one player. So that should narrow it down, considering we only have 12 players here.
We'll go one step further and say that this player was also in the final 8. So we're not 4 off the potentials of who it could be. Here's our 9 for 2, Van der Sar.
Pause coming in.
Massive pause there, Gravison coming in, because it's clearly not going to plan so far.
That's a good. If you can have a sneak peek of the monitor right there, you could see how Levy was playing with a 4-5-1, which is interesting. I do feel like Aitana is the left midfielder, and Douglas Reed probably is more in a deep line playmaker kind of position as a central midfielder. But as I mentioned before, is Obrun gonna change the way he played, because it's fairly different to play against 70 depth than 50 depth. And he did start with a couple of great chances with Rafa Leao, but apart from that, we've not seen much, really.
I've just seen the best comment in the chat as well. Someone said, stop stalling on the Mystery Nation. We're not in packs. You can guess the Mystery Nation. Let us know. We can see the chat, and we will keep interacting with you guys. As we said, we've still got 2 massive games to come off this one. Our next semi-final featuring Anders Vejrgang against LJR Peixoto, and the big one for the one player that's going to pick up that trophy today to get their name engraved on it just below PH Jin's name, you can see there, and to pick up $100,000. What an opportunity just to build momentum going into the rest of the season.
Absolutely. It really kickstarts your season. We see a lot of players rise to the occasion here, and it propels them the momentum that they need, whether they're competing in their own leagues, leading into the World Championship. There's so many amazing tournaments that happen in the summer. And so winning something like this, or even having a good finish, making it to a semifinal, can give you the confidence that you need to really excel in the rest of the year.
For sure. I mean, if we look at last year's top 4, let's see how this is played. Ooh, that was close. We see players last year that were able to make it to the top 4. They did have a great season, all of them. And Anders was able to go and win the World Championship at the end. So I do feel like if you start really well at the start of the season, it's gonna probably end up the same for you in a winning mentality.
Let's see this chance come in now for Obrun. Looking for a way back into this tie. Cole Palmer looking for an option. Sauer, Douglas de Weerd, finesse! We'll go for a corner. Is it going to cause any danger? Haaland is there at the back post. Is it going to be dealt with? Haaland there, able just to give possession back. Obrun still.
What a pass.
Looking for the dink. Is he onside? No, he's not. And while we have an opportunity to do so, FG, I believe you are in the audience somewhere. Who are you with?
Hello, my friends. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm back in the audience, so we're having a catch-up with some of the guys. How are you finding the evening so far?
Yeah, it's been going good. I mean, there's been lots of great players on display and stuff like that. I think Anders is boxed off fierce. That's, you know, I was a bit disappointed with Stingray losing because he's English, of course, but I think it's been really good.
Now, I have to ask you as well, were you singing Anders or Abu Maka?
I was singing, well, I wasn't supporting either, but I wanted Anders to win. I was in the stream the other day and I said, oh, I'm going to be here to watch him, so, yeah.
Right, okay, before we head back to our casters, listen, I'm going to give you an open space here. You can send any message to any person in the broadcast, both of you can, all right? So we'll go with you first.
We'll go Grav. How did you feel about losing that penalty shootout to Harry Hesker from FIFA 20?
All right, let's stand by on that one, Grav. He's already taken his headset off. He's ready to answer that one. And for you as well.
Brandon, what did it feel like to win the best commentator, best esports commentator?
Right, okay, well, there you go, lads. Let's head back to the caster show. We've got some questions to answer.
Yeah.
I'll ask Casey as well, by the way, how many wins she gets in the weekend league.
But you know, I've done quite well on the questions. I mean, who wants to answer first? Harry Hesker, Pens, what was that all about?
I mean, it was tough, yeah. You got to bring it back. Come on, it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. But yeah, I did lose against Harry, against the PK's king, so nothing wrong with that. I mean, Harry is just...
Hello! We'll come back to that in a second. Obrun's just made it 1-1 in this game. And suddenly, he's straight back amongst it. It's Cole Palmer where it all came from.
What a goal.
He's the big money man in the team, Thierry Henry. Showing his worth there. massive goal. As you were saying, Gravison, about penalties. Want to talk about any more?
I don't know. I want to send a public invite to Harry Hesketh for a rematch in PKs. Whenever he wants, I'll be over to the #house. Happy to play.
Yeah. You need a game against FG at some point as well. Another one.
Another one, because I did win one of the games.
You did?
I did. And I get 8 wins in the weekend league. Thank you very much, FG.
And to answer my question as well, what a moment it was to win that in November last year. Again, thank you very much for coming in and supporting us here today live in London. He wants that rematch. I'm sure he will get it in due course. 2 minutes away from half-time here in our first semi-final. 1-1 is the scoreline so far. Such an important goal just before the halfway point, Gravison, for Obrun to bring that momentum and that confidence back.
And probably it all came with the pause, right? He paused the game, he was able to attack fairly differently in a couple of chances. He opened up the space with R9, but he decided to go for, with Liao, but he decided to go for a pass, and this is good.
This could be a perfect way to end the half. Any time it's being played, is the angle too much?
Oh! Pre-patch, that's a goal.
It really is. The goalkeepers have been improved from those angles to stop those shots going in. Can Levy find the finesse? The idea was there with a Sauna time green, and that will do us for the halfway point. Still, so much to unfold in this game.
Yeah, this game is so end-to-end. I think that there honestly could have been maybe 3 or 4 other scoring opportunities. I would have predicted it to be a little higher scoring match, but man, I honestly don't know how this one's going to go, because as we look at some of the highlights here, we only saw a couple goals in this match, but they were good ones. As we see Olise coming in, I mean, Van der Star's all the way out there, pretty much in Narnia.
You can see how, in this instance, Team of the Year Cole Palmer passing to Henry, again passing to Liao, and a beautiful finesse for the 1-1. A really, really important goal just before the first half ended. I do feel like it's all to play in the second half, and I don't know. Any predictions?
Well, I'm not one for predictions, Gravison, funny enough. I think
Neither am I.
Yeah, we aren't. So, do you fancy to give it was your idea?
Then it will be me. I said in the quarterfinals the match between Nico and Levy, the one who won that match was going to be the champion, so I'm sticking by it. Levy to win the whole thing.
Levy to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll just sit on the fence case.
Yep.
We're happy to. Let us know at home who is winning this game. 1.5 time, 45 minutes to play. You win this game, you're guaranteed $60,000. Again, we are so early into the season. We've still got leagues to come, the FC Pro Partner Leagues, the World Championships, and each Champions League at some point as well. What a way this would be to round out and kick off the first few months of 2025 for our pro players here. Back underway for this one. The winner will play Anders Vejrgang or LJR Peixoto in this year's FC Pro Open Grand Final. We can only hope it will give us as much drama as it did last year.
Oh, that was good. And that's the reason why, at the moment, Levy's using the 4-5-1 to try to counter the way Sawa as a cam goes for those first-time passes. Could be through pass, but it could be a lob pass as well. But it's working out well for him with Douglas With in that position.
Hello, massive chance to break. Is it another chip? Trying to hang on the finesse shot.
What a touch, though.
Yeah.
It was an instant touch, wasn't it, from Levy next to you? Elise was through. I'm surprised he didn't go for a chip there, because he did it before and it worked.
To be honest, one time he went for a cancel, didn't work out. 2 times he went for finesses, they didn't work out. Go for the chip shot, it works.
Trivella wasn't green, but it still pulled Van der Sar into a finish.
This is good.
Holland! Parried away, another corner to come in for Levy. It's non-stop pressure from the Dutchman. Holland again!
Oh, he's close.
4th corner to come in now. 5th corner to come in. How many more corners does he want? And every time he's looking for a different variation of corner. Different way to try and unlock the door to Obrun's defence. Big tackle there that time from Erling Haaland.
Nice press.
And still, just about able to get possession. A question for you, Gravison. I just saw it in the chat from someone under the name of Mez. He said, what do the coaches actually do?
They help a lot, because when you're playing, you're in a tunnel vision. You have to focus on so many things mechanically that sometimes you don't see the big picture. And that's why the coach is so important, because he sees the whole match in general. So, for example, if your opponent is attacking one certain way, you're defending it. You're not noticing how the pattern works. That's why a coach is so important, because he will be able to break it down in just 90 seconds. And that's super, super helpful.
Follow-up question for you there, Graf. So when you were playing, what kind of coach did you prefer? Was it one that is constantly giving you feedback, or did you prefer maybe just halftime, end of the match? What did you prefer?
I'm similar to Nico, for example. I just want halftime, maybe a pause, and that's it. I don't want someone talking in my ear, because I feel like my concentration wasn't as good. So if I have to be concentrated on the game and then someone speaking in my ear,
right,
I'm just yelling at you back.
Fair.
Keep your questions coming in the chat as well. We can see you. We will get in conversation with you as much as possible. And if you missed it, the headline news, we have our 4 guaranteed players in next year's FC Pro Open already. Elise bundled off the ball. Get rid of it. That could have been a terrible, terrible ending.
What a pass.
Massive switch of play. Obrun has not got going yet in his first 15 minutes. Could this be his chance now to try and make something happen in Levy's final third?
Oh, what a tackle by Frankie de Jong. Now he's through for a counter-attack. This is a brilliant FC match. Actually, it's just 1-1, but sometimes these tactical battles, these low-scoring matches, I feel like they are beautiful in a way.
Well, it just means the chances when they land, Gravison, there's just so much more weighing on them. How crazy is it that we're in a scenario, we're in a 1-1 game on FC25? Doesn't feel right.
It doesn't, but in a way, if you break it down, it just feels like it's a chess battle. Sometimes they're switching formation, they're switching tactics. It's just the small margins.
And you have to say the XG is so in the favour of Levy. He has been so on top in this game. I mean, I think you can count the chances that Obrun's had on one hand.
Yeah.
Sauer, play a lot. Can he find the run of Obrun? Is he onside though? Is it in? Just about! I think Obrun enjoyed that one. We have to see that again on the replay. Speak about just sending a runner and just teasing your opponent. Watch this again.
I mean, the main mistake is not pressing possession holder, because, wow, I mean, it's just incredible.
The offside line there is ridiculous. The timing of that pass, Case. Look at him, he enjoyed it.
No, that was insane, because the patience to hold it to the exact moment that he needed to send that off, send the chip in, was absolute perfection.
You can see the reactions from the crowd. I mean, that was 3 of us probably as well, because the player lock was just amazing. The timing, as Casey mentioned, was incredible as well. And you know, as a pro, I like to break out things. He should have went to try to tackle the ball holder, because Sawa is just clinical in those instances. So
she had a lot of space.
If you get the timing right, it's going to be a goal.
This is where it gets difficult for Levy. Ball comes in, R9, can he win it in the air up against Haaland? It's asking a lot. You've had so many chances in this game. You're sitting there and you're thinking, how am I 2-1 down?
It happens sometimes. Doesn't matter how many chances you got. If you don't take them correctly, if you don't chip them in that instance, you're losing the game 2-1. But now it's still 20 minutes left. The game is not over yet, Casey.
No, it's not even close to being over. And I feel like earlier, Levy was knocking on the door, almost banging on the door with all those corners that he had and all those opportunities. And so I'm sure we'll find ourselves in another position for Levy to potentially get one back, because it does feel like momentum was shifting his way for part of this game.
It's interesting to see if Levy's gonna be able to change formation, because 4-5-1 is fairly defensive.
Just under 20 minutes left here. Remember, 9-minute halves. There is a lot of time. It'll be a slow last 20 in-game minutes. Levy's just got to back himself that he keeps getting into these areas. He keeps unlocking the door to Obrun's defence. It's just that final piece of the puzzle that's lacking. The press is good. And there's that finesse.
Goalkeeper movement, no point.
And as you say, perfect goalkeeper movement. This is where Obrun could now look to control the game. Is there a flick on potentially? You're asking a lot there. Sauer up against McManaman in the air. Fantastic turn from Bonmati. Where's that incisive pass? What a tackle! An outstretched leg of the English hero. As that one runs out of play. Big pause coming in now.
second big pause of the game. The first one was crucial for Obrun to have a comeback. I do feel like Levy needs this because the momentum shifted, as you mentioned, Casey.
Do you think he changes formation now? Because you
For
did
sure.
say that that is a more defensive formation. So
For sure.
if you had to guess, what do you think he'd switch to?
Probably 4-4-2. That's Levy's main formation. He did win a couple of tournaments with that one. And you have two strikers, two midfielders. You got to go for it. Maybe a cam as well with a 4-4-1-1. Could be because it could work, but I feel like it's going to be a 4-4-2.
There's a player, a former player I should say, and a coach that can see it all is Renzo. He's been part of that Team Gullit team for a long time. He's been good friends and teammates with Levi de Weerd. Once upon a time they were teammates at the tests in the Eredivisie. In the last 2 years they've been on an unbelievable journey together. The consistency he has had, he really needs to lean into his coach to get him out of this situation now as he looks on. LJR Peixoto backstage live now. He is waiting patiently for his game up against Vejrgang, which comes up straight after this one. Another huge semi-final there. I cannot wait for it. 12 minutes left to work out who is $60,000 richer, who's picked up some massive ranking points on the FC Pro World Ranking leaderboard. Could be enough to put you first, could be enough to put you second, depending on where you currently sit. What are we thinking from here then? A direct shot, or is it too far out?
I'm taking a shot and hoping for a corner at least.
Okay, well, Elise steps over. R9's there. It looks like Elise will be the player to take a shot if one does come in. Sort of got the third person eye of this one. This one is played short. Goes for a finesse!
Oh!
Well, how about that? They didn't expect it. Neither did we. He had to bring something out to surprise Obrun. And I think he may have just achieved that. And Mati from 30+ yards, game on 2-2.
The only team of the year player that's being used at the moment, it's Aitana Mati, and that's the reason why. He opened up the angle for a finesse, it went in, 2-2 all to play. I feel like those two posts were so big in the game. First in the first half with Obrun, now Levy. Now what's the momentum like?
No, I feel like I was holding my breath. It took him so long to get from the start of that free kick to when he actually took it. Obviously, the pass was very quick. Aitana was able to finish, but he definitely took his time. Patience is key in this game. From both these players, we've had very, very key patient situations that allowed them to score.
These are my favorite FC matches, competitive-wise. Those matches in which you're not attacking that well, your opponent is defending incredibly, and you gotta take a moment to just breathe in, try to think what you gotta do. And obviously, many players would have just gone for a direct free kick. No, I gotta take my time, take it short, open up the angle, score 2-2.
Well, they're enjoying it here in London. As we said, we are getting closer and closer to finding one of our grand finalists here tonight. But for the first time tonight, how does some extra time sound? Because I think I'm quite up for it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, we are, the three of us. Let's go.
Well, it was extra time to decide last year's champion. We might need it again, but it's going to be a long old 10 minutes. 2-2 the scoreline. Levi de Weerd pulling back a huge goal from the free kick. How long is it going to last? As Obrun.
Look, ooh.
Got another gear. That's a really high line that Obrun's played there. He's been fortunate on that occasion.
This could be big. Look at Theo.
As that goal sprung to life, Levi de Weerd to Hernandez!
Oh!
Just wide.
If you're Obrun, you gotta take it. Now, take a deep breath. Try to be much more patient because that defensive line was way out of position.
What's that run there of Sauer? It's been triggered a couple of times now as Obrun looks just to trigger these runs. It's an idea to try and disrupt the team. What's the ball that could be? Can he get round Haaland? He can! Thierry Henry! That is incredible! Bellissimo from the Italian in a time where he needed something quite beautiful. What a ball that is on the replay again.
Aitana Bonmati again, not the team of the year version, but that was a beautiful, beautiful pass into Thierry Henry. You can see the reactions from the crowd because, I mean, Thierry Henry, I thought he was going to lose that battle against Haaland, but he's a strong 3-2.
Yeah, I wish I could afford that man on my team. I really, really do. But as I look into the crowd, I see some upset faces as we had some Levy fans in there. But there is, in my opinion, plenty of time. I hope we go into extra time here.
It's the incisive pass of dreams, isn't it? Every single time. You speak about what's a really important play style this year, Gravison. Everyone can have their say about different play styles, but the pass, it's just different. When you get someone with an incisive pass play style, they play the ball, it is perfect.
For me, you can change play styles in different situations and positions, but the cam has to be the incisive pass, because as you see the replay, look at the cam, look at Bonmati, that's a beautiful, beautiful incisive pass. And it's not even the plus, because this version of Aitana has the finesse, but it doesn't matter if it's the white one. It will go through. 3-2.
Sort of reminds you of Bruno Fernandes back in the qualifier when he was just those long balls every single time, the first time through ball. 3.5 in-game minutes left. Back to you, Levy, now to try and take us into an extra time scenario. Has he got more left in the tank? Maybe he does here. Needs to be magical. R9, he's looking for a free kick. It's not been given. He's just waiting for Obrun to maybe just dive into a tackle there. It didn't happen. It's a long ball that goes all the way across. Tia Hernandez is going to win it back. 2 minutes left plus additional time to come in now. Levy with one of his final real chances to take this game into extra time. Obrun now, just look after possession.
Let's see how the added time is. I think it's going to be so important. Maybe 3 minutes, 4. We had a long pause.
You're in this situation now, Grabs. You look to get one more.
Surely. You got to go for it. Let's see the added time. 3 minutes, that's a long time.
Added time of 3 minutes. Obrun hugging onto the ball now. He is seconds away from a grand final. Seconds away from $60,000. Very, very fortunate there to not get the ball stolen off his toes. You just saw Giovi there, his coach, not sure what he was doing, but he backed him. Is there a cutback across?
No, the Young
misses him all the way through. 55 seconds of in-game time to get that ball down the other end. And to try and have one more chance to break down Obrun. This is the last chance for him.
What a tackle.
Great tackle.
I'm not sure where that's gone. Is it a throw in the way of Levy?
I don't know.
We've played the 3 minutes.
That's it.
It's Obrun's throw, and it should be game, set, and match. Full time, not yet. Full time result now. Obrun is in this year's FC Pro Open Grand Final. And maybe, just maybe, he'll be playing against Anders Vejrgang. But who stands in his way? LJR Peixoto. It's heartbreak for Levy. But that's only one half of the tale. We still have another semi-final to come.